I'm Bob the Cigar Guy. This travels across South Carolina. And yes, it is Drew's Day. And yes, I got a little literary in the title. That's right. I put by any other name, a rose still smells as sweet, leather rose domination. So I know William Shakespeare did not say it exactly like that, but I use poetic license on poetic license, mainly because I remember that line, but I don't remember it exactly. Because let's face it, I don't spend a lot of time listening or reading old William Shakespeare, right? Not much. So, but it fit. This is the leather rose. I know I have reviewed it, but I got to tell you, was out at a local lounge where Chief works now. He's now the I'm going to call him the head tobacconist, but he's a tobacconist at this lounge. And we got to hang out with him, and I got to watch him do his chiefy thing and help people have great moments in their lives by providing cigars to just lubricate those moments, right? And he was educating well. I almost said selling well, but he really wasn't. What he was doing is he was educating them, and he was giving them an opportunity to make decisions to make their life a little better. But it's their decisions, not his. He's not saying, get this, get this, get this. They're like, yeah, I smoked a little bit of cigars. And the first thing he says, well, tell me what you smoke. Do you like something heavy? Do you like something light? Do you like something spicy? Do you like something leathery? Do you like something sweet? Do you like something with non-tobacco flavors? Do you like something that's got a little added to, a little whatever? And I was sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, you know what? He's doing a great job. I'm very impressed and very, very proud of him. He kept everybody well attended. The 4 or 5 hours we were there, 6 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours I was there. Kept everybody well attended, ashtrays clean, asking people about drinks. Couldn't get him anything, hanging out in conversation. Really, really nice. He wasn't over pushy. He wasn't in their business, and that's nice too. But he didn't make you feel like that you walked into somebody else's clubhouse and you're really not welcome. You're just there, right? It was really a welcoming environment. I was very proud of him. Did a great job. And I threatened to go in and buy some cigars and some drinks because they have some drinks, and put it on his tab. But of course, I didn't do that. But it was fun to say, I'm going to put this on your tab. And he was very generous. He's like, well, go ahead and do it. And I'm like, no, I ain't going to do that garbage, son. But it was a great time. But in that humidor, small humidor, maybe 150, 175 faces, maybe 100, 25, 150 faces, really well balanced, lots and lots of things. But in there, I mean, that cigar lounge wants to make money, so of course they have Drew Estate. And so in there they had the leather rose. And I have learned, I suspected it, but I've learned recently over the last year that leather rose is like the number one seller in America. And it makes sense. So I want to talk about it again, because maybe you were like, leather rose, I love leather rose. You smoked a box or two of leather rose, and then the next new thing came out, that Dominicana or anything else came out, and you're like, dude, I want to do a throwback to Ligas, or let's step up to Ligas, or I want to hit the Herrera line, I want to run that, or let's go with this, or let's go with that. And maybe you forgot about this sweet smelling rose. Not only does it taste good, it does smell good. It draws people to it. You can tell when somebody lit it up in the lounge, and that lounge had great ventilation. You lit it up in the lounge, and you could get that room note. Oh my gosh. It just draws people together. It so does. It so does. There was a group of guys in there smoking pipes. I got to sit down and chit chat with them. Phenomenal fellows. They didn't know me from Adam's House Cat. And I sat down because there was a bunch of guys, a bunch of fellers that were going to come and hang out. Named Mike and his dad showed up. Stepdad. Mike and his friend showed up. Tyler and Don showed up. Louis Sosa, my good buddy, I hadn't seen him in forever. He showed up. We were hanging out, and so the first lady came by, and so we just all kind of hung out at a big table. And before that, before everybody came in, I got off of work and I went straight down to the shop, to the lounge, after I changed at the gas station because I'm not wearing my BMW clothes to a gas station or to a lounge all night. So I changed up, got fancy, had a collar and buttons and everything, sleeves, right? I was fancy. But I went in there and I just kind of plopped down after I went to the humidor. I plopped down and it was a nice, comfortable, couchy seat. And I said, gentlemen, can I sit with y'all? And I said, hey, my name's Bob. And sat down. They just started talking to me. One fella offered me a bunch of freshly made pork rinds. Really neat guy. And then these other fellas showed up and they pulled out their pipe gear, backpack full of pipe gear. And so we're talking pipes and we're talking this and that. And I said, hey, do y'all know the Leather Rose? I know y'all smoke pipes, but you're in a cigar lounge. You probably smoke cigars too. Do y'all know Leather Rose? And some of them did, some of them didn't. We talked about it and talked about how it has aromatic pipe tobacco filtered in to the blend. And so all night long, these guys are smoking their pipes. They're pulling out their pipes. They're firing up different bowls of different stuff, and the aromatics come out. And you could, by that time, I had moved to the big table with everybody. Everybody showed up, and we're just sitting around. Every once in a while, they hit a new bowl of that aromatic pipe tobacco. I'm like, that smells good. But later in the evening, somebody fired up a Leather Rose halfway across the room, 40, 50 feet away. Good sized lounge, nice lounge. And I was like, that's a Leather Rose. And so I looked at the guys with the pipes first because I'm like, well, maybe they fired up something that smells like Leather Rose. And that was my first thought. I was like, oh, if they're smoking a pipe tobacco that smells like a Leather Rose, it probably tastes like a Leather Rose. And I'd like to expand my palate a little bit by doing that in a pipe. And I was going to ask them what tobacco was that, but I looked and they're burning on bowls that I've already been cooking. And so I looked over and there's this person smoking a Leather Rose. And I'm like, right then and there, this happened last night. This is Sunday morning. Saturday night we were there. I said, that's my Drew's Day. That's my Drew's Day. That needs to be talked about. If you want to be by yourself in a crowd, Drew's Day didn't watching this because I'm telling you not to buy that cigar. If you want to be by yourself in a crowd, do not smoke a Leather Rose. If you've got enough friends and you don't want to make any new friends in a new environment you've never been in, do not smoke a Leather Rose because people are attracted to it. They gravitate to it. They lean into it. It is just so welcoming. It's like a schnoz hug. It just reaches out and gives you a hug. And it gives to those around you, but it gives to you first. That sweetness, that semi-sweetness on the cap, that smoke that just fills your mouth, the flavors of berries and dried cranberries and dark chocolate and like a Cheerwine Dr. Pepper chocolate covered cherry kind of thing going on. I've smoked hundreds of them. I have. And I don't believe I have ever had a cigar, a Leather Rose, that had a bad draw or a bad burn. I don't think I've ever had construction problems. I know somebody has. I guarantee you. I haven't. The draw is always the same. Because the only reason I know the draw is always the same. Okay, let's not get dumb here. Where Bob knows every cigar he has, every flavor he's ever smoked, every blend he's ever consumed, and he knows the draw and the smoke output perfectly for every cigar. No, I don't. So I do remember the cigars that burn bad are extremely tight. Can't stand those. I do remember the cigars that are just overwhelmingly empty, like you can just draw with no resistance at all. I know those. I know the cigars that have just that sweet spot for me. Just a slight tug on the draw. You got to work just a little bit. The burn is good. The smoke is just smoking. The foot smoke is just kicking off and just running. I remember that. Those are my three signatures. Now, if you're not the worst in the world, I probably won't remember you. If you're not the best in the world, I won't remember you either, because there's too many that fit that model. I have handfuls of cigars that consistently and constantly give me exactly what I'm looking for. And this, when I want something that I want a little plus, good cigar flavors plus. I want to have a group of people around me. I'm smoking around people who don't smoke cigars. This is one of the cigars I'll pull out when we're hanging out on the porch with the first lady and the family. This is one of the ones I'll grab. I'll grab this, or I'll grab a tobacco usually, maybe a pappy, because that infused smell just is pleasant to everybody. Now, that don't mean I ain't gonna pull out some heavy cigar and just smoke it for myself. But usually, once everything's done, we're all sitting down eating, or right after we eat, we're all talking, then I'm going to fire up something that is going to draw the group together. So if the smoke wafts over the first lady, or Gracie, or Shani Jade, or anybody else that's there, and they don't smoke cigars, they don't go, "Oh my God, they're like, all right." And so I try to blow smoke out of the way, but sometimes the wind just wins. Wind be winning. So, and if you smoke a Drew Estate Leather Rose, you'll be winning too. So that's all I want to share. I want to brag a little bit on Chief. I want to talk about my experience with Leather Rose. And I want to tell you, if you put it down for a while, pick her up. Take her on a date. That sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. That did not. I wish I knew how to edit. That did not go as well coming out of my mouth as it did in my head. You know, it's Leather Rose, blah 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 blah. Deadwood Girls, blah 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 blah. But that just, I highly recommend not taking somebody on a date and setting them on fire. Don't do that. Number one, you won't have a second date. Number two, you won't have any more dates. Number three, you'll probably go to the Gray Bar Motel for a long time. You need to stay around because you're awesome. So that's it. I'm going to go. I'll see you later. Happy Drew's Day. Smoke something great. You deserve it. Later, Tater.